Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 16 over under Vegas spread picks. Let's get into it. I want everyone to proceed with caution. I waited to Thursday morning because I wanted to be close. We know how the weather reports are going with these games. So do your research and do it with a grain of salt because the weather's unpredictable. First game, a game where weather won't be unpredictable. We got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Indianapolis Colts, over under 46.5. Money under. I've loved this under. It opened at 47.5. It moved down a little bit. I'm still on it. I should see a Colts team. We got Nick Foles, and that got me excited. I'm a Nick Foles guy. I just don't think he has any ball left, and I don't think he has the mobility to dodge Khalil Mack, and the Chargers are sending more blitzes, and the defense is playing better. I love this matchup for the Chargers defense, and we know this Chargers defense has problems against the run, but with no Jonathan Taylor, I'm just not seeing how the Colts get much going. On the other side of the ball, listen, we hit that live bet with the Vikings last week. But let's be honest, this Colts team still has a top 10 defense. That meltdown was epic, I understand, but we don't need to get emotional about it. And we got to look at this Chargers offense. I mean, if you look at how that game played out against the Titans and just how bad the Titans were, Chargers should have won that game by 20 to 25 points. I don't think I'm exaggerating, to be completely honest. I just don't see the Chargers getting over like 24 points, and I see a bad day coming for the Colts offense. Nick Foles will make a few big plays, but with the talent on the team, it's extremely limited, as you know. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Baltimore Ravens, over under 35.5. I'm going over. Now, Duvernay broke his foot the other day. Lamar Jackson, listen, it's kind of up in the air if he's going to play. Everyone's making it a damn near certainty that he's going to play. But reading the tea leaves, I still have questions. That's all we can do, really. We're not in the facility. I'm picking this over based on Lamar playing, and everyone's getting scared about the weather in this game. Listen, it's not going to be that bad. Yes, there will be some gusts that get up to 20 to 25, but nothing that's going to change the variables of the game, and Desmond Ridder couldn't throw in a dome last week, so I'm not seeing how it makes a damn bit of difference, but I do feel like without Calais Campbell, Atlanta can run the ball, and we know Lamar Jackson, you put him on the field with a bunch of bums, he can manufacture 20, 24 points, like I said, with bums. I'm going over the 35.5. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, at the Carolina Panthers, over, under 44. I'm going over. And this is a tough one because the Panthers are one of the most bipolar teams in this league. When you look at their defense, you have to love the pieces, yet they've been inconsistent. Some weeks they show up, some weeks they're giving up 30 to Mitch Trubisky, damn near. It's hard to know where to go. I just think the Lions offense, they're going to be proficient, they're going to be professional, and they're going to get their 24 to 27. I think the Panthers will generate something on offense with the running game, but not a whole lot. I'm going over, but please do not bet this. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Cleveland Browns, over, under 32.5. I'm going under. I know, 32.5. I mean, that's about as low as we get. I mean, let's get into this game. This is a game where I think weather is a factor, and obviously the books seem to agree with me. Listen, I just don't know how much Deshaun Watson's going to be able to throw the ball. One of the Browns' best offensive linemen's coming back this week, and like I've been saying all year, this New Orleans defense is old. I feel like they checked out 3 or 4 weeks ago. That didn't stop Joe Public from pounding them against the Falcons last week. But like I said, I just think the Browns run the ball good, control clock, slow pace of game like that Ravens game last week. And what's Andy Dalton going to do, man? And I'm not sold on the Saints run game. I'm liking the Browns on defense. They've actually played so much better the last 4 weeks. Remember how bad this Browns defense was earlier in the season. I'm going under the 32.5, a factor of weather and a factor of Andy Redhead Dalton. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the New England Patriots, over under 41.5. Money, money, money. Money going over here. I know. There could be some freezing rain in play at Foxborough, but I don't think it's going to be the big factor. This is a little bit of bat against Mother Nature, but I think the conditions will be playable. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy that will affect Joe Burrow. And when you look at the Bengals, they could have their C-plus game on offense, and they could put up 24 to 27 points rather easy. We've seen them do that this year, and I'm looking at a Patriots defense. I've been yelling into this microphone all year. I don't know if anyone has heard me. This Patriots defense isn't as good as the previous Patriots defenses. I like the pass rush, but outside of that, the rest of the players just aren't dogs. The secondary is extremely vulnerable, and without the hoodie scheming, this would be one of the worst secondaries in the league. Honestly, it probably is at this point. And with the Patriots offense, I know it's a little bit of a risk. I know they are really, really bad, and they can't get out of their own way. I do think they have a little bit of response, maybe an Alamo-type moment on offense. I'm going over the 41.5, make it a money pick. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Chicago Bears, the Bears. Over, under 40.5. I'm going with an under here. I mean, we've been pounding over in Bears games this whole year. I'm just getting a little bit scared about the weather in this game. And it does seem like the winds could gust up to 45 to 55 miles per hour. And that's no bueno. And even though Josh Allen has probably the strongest arm this league has ever seen, I don't see that going into it. I think the Bears defense still play decent in these conditions, and it's not like the Bills passing attack is as good as it was earlier in the year, and Justin Fields is going to make his plays. I think he will make his plays. That's why it's not a money pick. I'm going under the 40.5. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Follow me on Instagram, Lawson Bets NFL. 4-1 on Patreon last week. Link in the description. Let's get this money. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans, over, under 35.5. Money, money, money. Money, borderline under, borderline money pick. Listen, Malik Willis, I liked him coming out of the draft. I felt like he was the best quarterback coming out of the draft. But I got to come out here and say I've seen every snap the kid's taken in the NFL, and I've got serious issues with him. Maybe a week of game planning for Todd Downing. And Todd Downing's really good with the first 15, 20 plays of the game. After that, his play calls suck. I do think maybe the Titans have a good first half here. But in the second half, I do think they struggle. And we know the Texans have one of the worst run defenses in the league, but they also have one of the worst quarterback situations in the league. I think this under is more about this Titans defense responding. Mike Vrabel getting those guys bloodthirsty in the home field, bad weather. When has Houston played in cold this year? I just see this Titans defense holding the Texans under 13 points. Malik Willis isn't getting into the 20s. under, make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks, Hawks, at the Kansas City Chiefs. What are the Chiefs doing, man? Over, under 49. I'm going over, but I've never seen a team more lackadaisical in this league. As competitive as the AFC is, and as competitive as we thought it was going into the year, the Chiefs just haven't showed up in like 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, I'm going over, but I don't even know if we can bank on 30 from the Chiefs against a really bad defense. This Hawks defense is bad. They've gotten good coaching, but it's just stubborn, rotten, and bad. And I don't see any reason why the Chiefs can't get to 30 here. And the reason why this isn't a money pick is because the Chiefs are lackadaisical. I feel like they're not trying to cover spreads or play a good game. They're not even trying to play a B game at this point. And then also, I think people, they're getting excited about the Seahawks to cover and maybe win money line this week. And I understand the hypothesis, but without Tyler Lockett, I just don't see how the Hawks get things going. And I love Metcalf, but really the engine that makes the Seahawks offense go is Tyler Lockett for me. He's the most consistent player on the damn team. I'm going over, but reluctantly. Next game, we got the New York Giants, Dable, at my Minnesota Vikings, over, under 48, going to surprise under. I know the Giants have a bad secondary, especially their nickelback, strong safety position, in-man coverage. You can really take advantage of them. They play about 80 to 90% man coverage. That seems like something Kirk can take advantage of. Although the Giants are getting their pass rush going. We saw Thibodeau have a giant day against the no-names. And listen, I just think there's a limit to what Daniel Jones can do, and Daboll has been working magic this whole year, and we got to tip our fedora to him. I just see the Giants in the 17-20 range, and Vikings will do what they need to do to win the game. I just think this goes under slightly. Next game, we got the Washington No-Names at the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy. Over, under 38. I'm going under. I'll tell you why. This isn't me sending a shot at Purdy or anything like that. It's completely different rationale. Now, last week and 4 weeks ago, it was a really unpopular pick when I picked the Giants plus 4.5 and the Giants plus 2.5 at home against the Commanders. But I'm telling you right now, Taylor Heineke is a bad quarterback. This offensive line of the no-names, Commanders, whatever the hell you want to call them, is really bad, especially when you can stop their run and get them in clear pass situations. They're just not athletic enough, and they can't pass block at all. And when you're having problems pass blocking, the last people you want to see in front of you is Bosa and Armstead, and the 49ers are getting lots of play, kind of like Dallas, from the periphery defensive linemen in the rotation. I just think the 49ers front seven absolutely decapitates the Commanders. I'm going under the 38. I could see the 49ers getting a 24-27 here, and this bad boy still goes under. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over, under 38.5. Shout out to Franco Harris. I'm going over the 38.5. I just think this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they've been overrated the whole year, and maybe I've been guilty of it as well. You can run it against them, and that's been proved. Josh Jacobs is running at a really high level right now. Raiders' offensive line has looked better the last 4 or 5 weeks. Remember how bad it was earlier in the year? And then you got a Steelers team that, everyone likes slanging dirt at Matt Canada, the OC. Would I call games like him? Absolutely not. But we have to remember this man has extremely marginal talent at his disposal. I just think the Steelers are able to crank out 20 points here, and the Raiders won't be far behind. I really like this game. I didn't see too many weather concerns, but make sure you check on that until you bet it. I'm going over the 38.5. Next game, we got the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Rams. Over, under 36.5. Money, money, money! Money! I'm going under. And I gotta ask you guys a question. Has Russell America Wilson put up more than 17 points this whole year? I don't know if they've put up more than like 15.5 points this whole year, to be completely honest. And that's why the unders have been popping this whole year when any sort of Denver Broncos team is involved. And you got a Rams team on offense. They're moving the ball, but the problems still persist. I mean, they don't got Cooper Kupp. They're not blocking good on the offensive line. This Denver defense is top 7 in the league. I'm going under here. Russell Wilson sucks, man. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Miami Dolphins. Fins. I don't know one for them. Over, under 49.5. I'm going under. I really think the Dolphins fire off lethal shots and lethal big plays against the Packers. Dolphins are finally starting to get healthy. They're playing in the hot weather. You got a Green Bay team coming in. I just feel like Green Bay's reeling, man. There's lots of confusion. And we saw that, easily. The Rams could have easily made that game a 3-point game on Monday night. If anyone was impressed from the Packers, I guess I wasn't watching the same game. But I'm going under, man, because this Packers offense is bad. And, we're talking about this run game, and I don't think it's all that good, and these receivers aren't all that good. Miami struggled in the secondary this year, surprisingly. I mean, going into the year, we thought that would be the strength, but Dobbs, Christian Watson, Randall Cobb aren't really the receivers that can push the Miami Dolphins buttons in the back. I'm going under. I just don't think the Packers have a good game. I think the Dolphins have a damn good game on offense, but I don't think the Packers are a dance partner. I'm going under. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Them boys. Over, under 47. I'm going under. Listen, I'm not betting this game. I'm not touching this game. I want nothing to do with this game. I just want to caution people because I know people are going to put action on this game. Listen, a backup quarterback is always valued high when they don't play. As soon as they play, people start remembering how bad they were. As someone who tries to watch every single NFL game of the NFL season, I am here to tell you, Gardner Minshew is garbage. And he's one of the guys who got hyped up in this league, and I never really understood it. I would say he's equal to Mike Glennon. Remember when people thought Mike Glennon was good and that he should be a starter in this league for 5 or 6 years, and then every time he played, he got absolutely bum rushed? I'm going under the 47. Not a lot of science here. Next game and last game of the weekend, we got the Tampa Bay Bucs. Brady at the Zona Cardinals. Over, under 40.5. I'm going over. I just see the Bucs exploding here. I see a Zona team. Their defense has been good this year. It just seems like they're unraveling, losing interest, losing verb, whatever verb you want to throw out about it. I just see Trace McSorley having 3 or 4 turnovers, and turnovers lead to points in this league, and Zona might be able to push this over with some late garbage points. I'm going over the 40.5. You Brady believers out there, you know who you are. I think this is the week for you to start believing again. I think the Bucs get to 27-30 in this game. I think their defense looks good. Jamal Dean should be back. That's one reason why it's not a money pick, especially with how bad Trace McSorley is. I could see Zona getting under 10 points. That's why I'm a little bit cautious. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's get this money. Keep sharing the videos. Go on Patreon. $5 a month. Listen, it costs $5 a month to go out and breathe in the United States at this minute. Why not? Hit the like button.